put it this way. I know how to make the Starship Enterprise hospitable to inhabitants, human inhabitants. I know how to make the Death Star hospitable for human inhabitants. I know how to make both of those self-sustaining for human inhabitants. I know how to generate power with minimal carbon footprint. That's my goal. I know how to sustain my farm and my life and my health and my house without as large of a carbon footprint as the government requires us to do. They require us to service industries such as insurances and transportation to service their property tax bill. That's not the sustainable green method we need. I know how to set up a sales tax appropriation system to overlap and implement a phase out of the current insurances and tax system to incentivize hospitality and hospitableness to tourists and our neighbors. I know we need regulations to be sure we don't pollute on each other, but I do, and it's a sales tax system with an incentive system and a progressive liberty system, which will be the cradle to grave of the next 150, 200 years. It would be nice to go ahead and establish it and get the discussion squelched to where we have our personal liberties, our self-determination, and our ability to maintain our proper comfort as individual civil citizens versus what we have now. We need the government to be a defensive mechanism against oppressors and aggressors. Not what it is now, where it is a retirement program for government employees. They want you to take and have to pay taxes your whole life. Even if you purchase something, they want you to keep purchasing in that and paying taxes your whole life and your grandchildren's life and everybody's life. Just keep on paying for something that you own. You can't have one commodity without somebody's hand in your pocket taking part of it every year. That's got to stop. There can be an incentive system in the current structure of society on appropriations of sales tax to phase the appropriations of property taxes and labor taxes out, and preserve the current structure of civil security systems in the government we have that are necessary. Other than that, we need civil defense. We don't have civil defense. We have civil prosecutors. There's no defense there. You get out on technicality, plausibly, you get a attorney and they don't argue that case for you and you're found guilty. That's not a civil defense. There needs to be a process with processors and computers, and you as a client eliminating the third party, fill out all the stipulations of the circumstances of the event in which has got you facing charges. And if you click on the right one of them circumstances, it should be thrown out. Not having to rely on a third-party champion like a lawyer or a representative or a doctor to see to your best interest. Everybody knows you can't rely on anybody but yourself. Okay, everybody's got so much going on that what your problems are not priority on their problems unless it's a catastrophic event.